Hello and welcome, live from Sweaty Garage Studios here in beautiful Hamilton, New Jersey. This is the Corman Fantasy Cast. I'm back, bitches. Here we go. Sorry for not being with you last week. I do apologize for that, but I had some very important pressing issues to get to. Just know I would not have missed this unless it were important. That being said, here, making history, as we do every week, we have our first two-time guest host, Mr. CJ Aker. CJ, thanks for joining us again here.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be back at Sweaty Garage Studios.
Any takeaways, any thoughts, any hot takes walking away from this week's competition in the Corman?
Yeah, well, actually, it's kind of ironic that I'm sitting next to you because we're both kind of at the bottom of the barrel, sitting around at 1-4.
Yes. Hello from the bottom.
Hello from the bottom. We got some other guys really climbing up the ranks.
We should have recorded this we should have dug a hole 6 fucking feet deep and jumped into it to record this because CJ and I, if only Wayne were here, then all we needed is Wayne and Boomer, and we have the 4 bottom feeders at this point. It's a long season though.
Yeah, and we get to sit across from Brian behind the camera, who's
laughing at us,
who's kicking ass right now. So that's a little bit disappointing. But I guess on that note, I've really been contemplating life and where I'm at. And I just turned 30, and contemplating suicide a little bit, looking at my fantasy team, and I had to make some changes. So I know we kind of talked a little trade.
We did. We discussed it. There were some discussions.
Yeah, there were some discussions. And what did you do? Who was it? Tevin Coleman?
I offered Tevin Coleman and John Brown. Tevin Coleman, who has 77 points so far this season. Really good. Not your traditional stud, but yes, I offered him and John Brown. And in return, I wanted the duo that you are peddling like a pimp on the corner.
Yeah.
Eddie Lacy and, of course, ODB.
ODB. Yeah, so it was nice. It was a generous offer, but I wanted more. I wanted that bona fide RB, and I wanted that stud wide receiver who was actually producing. And I got it. I've recently acquired Melvin Gordon, Mike Evans, and Alan Hearns, and I had to give away quite a bit to get it. I gave away Demaryius Thomas, Odell Beckham, and Eddie Lacy. So high on AJ's Green might be getting a little high, but I was desperate. I dug deep and I looked at.
Wow.
I looked at playoff picture. I looked at bye weeks. I looked at a lot of stuff.
Wait, so let me see. So say those names again. So high on AJ's Green gave you.
High on AJ's Green gave you Melvin Gordon.
Gordon, okay.
Mike Evans.
Evans.
And Alan Hearns.
Okay, and you gave up.
Eddie Lacy.
Demaryius Thomas.
And Odell.
ODB.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. Well, this is my trade evaluator, and as I'm putting it down, I want to thank you first off, because I honestly believe that you just took a big chunk of firepower out of the guy who's tied for the lead in my division. Because I got to be honest with you, CJ, I thought that my deal to you, obviously I was trying to get the best player in the deal in Odell Beckham. But I thought I was giving you the best value you get. I think getting Melvin Gordon, who's really the only offensive weapon that the Chargers have.
Yep.
I think getting Hearns and getting Evans. I think you actually, in the end, not in name power, but in score power and firepower, I think you made out better on that deal. This coming from the guy last place in his division, of course. So take that for what you will. But yeah, I mean, I think that's a great that's a great haul that you got. And I was going to say you really wanted a stud running back and a stud wide receiver who was producing. Yet you wanted to get that for a former stud running back who hasn't done anything in 2 years and underachieving wide receiver 1. So I'm glad that you got the deal that you wanted. I'm happy because I think it benefits everyone in my division. Wow, that is some amazing breaking news right here. As long as you didn't check the transactions on the league board, you heard it here first. And that is an unbelievable job on that trade.
Yeah, thank you very much. On that note, I was excited about my name. A lot of you guys were calling it Old Dirty BJ, Old Dirty Blowjob. And actually, that wasn't it. It was Old Dirty Beckham Jr. So now I'm a little torn because now I have to trade him away. So I think that my name will be Old Dirty Blowjob. And, wait, hold on real quick. Let me do this.
Oh, God.
Victor Cruz is going to have to lead the New York Giants in receiving from now on. So, what?
I hope that was your worst shirt in your wardrobe.
I'm just going to make Leanne sew the buttons back on.
Gotta go to church on Sunday. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Truly an episode of first. We are just getting started here. We are going to be right back with game capsules, and results from week 5. This week's episode is brought to you by Corman Fantasy Chicken. If the initials weren't KFC, we'd actually try to sell this shit. Biscuit! And beer. Roar! Okay, getting into our week 5 recap. In a battle of first and second place, we had the Teabaggers, who were in second place going into this matchup, against Dolomite Pimp Squad, the outright first place team going into this week. And a nice upset, if you want to call it that, by Teabaggers. They win it handily, 126-93. Teabaggers over Dolomite Pimp Squad.
Yeah. Teabaggers has been on a roll. They're on a 3-game win streak ever since acquiring David Johnson in that blockbuster trade. So they're really picking up steam.
Absolutely. And look, I mean, that's a hard luck loss when you score 93 points. Ben Roethlisberger gives Dolomite 30 points. He gets 15 from Shady McCoy, another 12.5 from Ryan Matthews. But really very, very little production out of the wide receiver core, and a nice balanced attack from the Teabaggers.
Yeah.
It was like nice and balanced. Like he dropped both balls in at the same time. You know?
Yeah, you gotta love when guys drop both balls at the same time. That's
a beautiful
really nice.
thing.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yep.
In another battle of first and second place, hashtag Kickers Lives Matters falls big time on their face against High on AJ's Greens, 92-62, a 30-point thumping by Bailey over Bobby. And now it looks like Bobby's starting to play like the team we thought he would be at this point.
Yeah. If we got awards for the first team to get negative points from a player, he would even get that award.
Ted Ginn, nice.
Yeah.
And Bailey actually getting a 0 from Victor Cruz as well, still scoring 92 points and winning easily.
I have faith in Cruz. But what else I'm noticing is Mike Evans and Melvin Gordon again are carrying them through this. So
absolutely, 3-game winning streak for Bailey. Nice job.
Yep. Next matchup we're going to talk about is Knuckles, yours truly, versus Dak Attack. Knuckles is really looking to get to a 2-3 record with only 1 win so far, but fell a little short by Dak Attack, led by Dak Prescott and Tyrell Williams.
Let me tell you something, Gene. I may not have walked away with the win. Oh, yeah, that's for sure. But I saw some signs of life from Gronkowski. That's right, with Tom Brady back. Tom, terrific. Saw some signs of life from Gronkowski. Gurley's waking up. Denver's defense can't play any worse, and Matt Stafford dropped me 19.80 points. Ooh, what a year that was, brother, let me tell you. So look out, rest of the Heroes division, because I'm coming for you, coming from the bottom.
In a matchup that I sure as hell didn't care about, Beers faced Boomer and beat him 105-89.
Yeah, there was some excitement in here, followed by a lot of nothing. Either people were scoring like 20, 30 points, or they got like 0.6 or 0 points.
Yeah, you're right. The highs were high, the lows were low. Brady gets 30 in his return.
Yeah, and Ezekiel Elliott also got 30 for Beers.
Right, Beers came right back and matched it with Ezekiel Elliott. They cancel out. Antonio Brown gave him a decent showing, but a lot of single digits when you look in Boomer's score column.
Yeah, Boomer's got some life here, but he doesn't really have running backs. But Antonio Brown, 14. Julian Edelman, Brady's back. I think he might pick things up. Randall Cobb got 11. But
yeah, I think he's another team that even though the record looks bad, there's signs of life there. There's signs of hope, right? There's no reason to give up on the season at this point.
Yeah, Beers. Well, you got Ezekiel Elliott and Andrew Luck, but besides that, you might want to consider giving up.
In our next matchup, Saved by Lev Bell comes in, defeats Old Dirty BJ, 88-78. What do you have to say, CJ?
Fuck you, Joe. I look at my squad, and I think I have a good squad, I really do. But people just aren't producing. Some people are, but a lot of guys just aren't. Hence the change, hence the trade. I'm coming for all you guys.
Next up, in a match that can be described only as one that somebody had to win. I Suck defeats Mohawk Maniacs 93-81. Chris got his first win. Wayne still sits at no wins.
Yeah, how much can you say about these teams? I Suck. They got some talented players. But, I don't know. Jordy Nelson, you can count the number of talented players, so keep hitting the waiver wire, dude.
And I'll be honest with you, we did a little research. In the entire history of the Corman League, no team that has started 0-5 has ever made the playoffs. And that is a stat that I just completely made up. In a narrow 5-point decision, our closest decision of the week, Adrian Peterson beats Bombo Berry 101-96.
That was a close one. That was a tough loss. And you know what I'm looking at right now? Julio Jones from week 2. 16.6 points. Week 3, 1.6 points. Week 4, 36 points. Week 5, 2.9 points.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a crazy game log. But look, Peterson finds a way to win, though. He wins when he scores 36 points, and he wins when Julio Jones scores 2.9 points. Bombo, that's a little bit of a speed bump for you right there. Going to be interesting to see how both teams do moving forward.
Good luck.
Just kidding, not really. Now, look, we've been having a lot of fun here on this week's episode of the Corman Fantasy Cast. But right now, I want to get a little serious about the Giants and the Giants fans. Just a few things. For starters, I'd rather chew hot thumbtacks than have a conversation about football with a Giants fan, because you know that it's less than 5 minutes before they start talking about the catch and the New England Patriots and how somehow Eli Manning should be considered better than Tom Brady. Ridiculous. Secondly, ODB, Odell Beckham Jr., he really just personifies everything that people cannot stand about millennials. And that's just the simple truth. And thirdly, I know I can't be the only one that thinks that McAdoo looks like a guy who just walked into a 13-year-old's house and ran smack dab into Chris Matthews. Okay? That guy's got To Catch a Predator written all over him with the mustache and the bowl haircut.
Can't argue with that one.
So listen, Giants fans, you're welcome to say whatever you want on the message board, but all this fucking Giants talk is a little much. So if you're going to do it all week, I'm going to blast you on the Fantasy Cast. Now, getting into everybody's favorite segment. I hope I didn't offend you there, CJ. Would you agree it's a little too gianty?
It's been very gianty.
It's been very gianty.
It's been a little ridiculous, guys. Believe me, I'm on your side more than anybody, but we got to tone it back and represent our team a little bit and stop talking around these Eagles and Cowboys fans. So we can tone it back a little bit.
Yeah.
I do agree with that, and I do agree with the Ben McAdoo situation.
Yeah, I mean, you guys do know that the Cowboys and Eagles are both 4-1, right?
All right, let's go. Let's move
Okay.
on. Good tip of the week.
Moving on. Okay, so our good tip of the week. So we had a very, very good week once again with our good tip. Our first nominee for this week, Gorilla Snot by hashtag Kickers Lives Matter. Our next nominee, Stay Out of the Giants Conversation, Trailer Park Boys by Old Dirty BJ. And our third nominee, Burning Rage, hosted by Dolboy. And the winner is Rage by Dolomite Pimp Squad. That was a long time to wait for that. Listen, I just want to say, when De Silva mentioned on the message board that, he has a Corman title and a lot of us don't. I mean, I think that seeing the fire explode in Ron Burgundy's eyes and then seeing him launch that woman across the room it really just touched a chord with all of us who saw that and read that on the message board. Not that I endorse violence against women or rape culture of any kind. Wow. Okay. So now we are going to be right back with our Week 6 preview. Oh, hello there. So this morning I was sitting on the toilet taking a shit, and I had an idea. I said to myself, there are certain parallels that teams in the Corman have to real NFL teams. So I started thinking about it, and of course I thought of me first, and then I thought of some others as well. So I'd like to share a few of these with you, okay? Corman teams and the NFL teams that they resemble. So for Knuckles, I would say that I resemble the Carolina Panthers. For starters, we both made it to the championship game last year and shit the bed. And now we're really stumbling out of the gates and nobody really seems to know why. Next, hashtag Kickers Lives Matters equals the Atlanta Falcons. Because they're coming out of the gate like a fucking bat out of hell and nobody can really understand how or why they're doing it. But they keep winning. Next up, the Teabaggers, who equal the Dallas Cowboys. I know that's going to bother you, Mike, because you're a Giants fan, but think about it. A once proud franchise whose 4-1 record we all really know is kind of hollow. Next, we have Dak Attack. You equal the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Look, we all know that you won a championship at some point, but none of us can actually remember when, and none of us actually really counts it. And B for Boomer equals the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, no, there's no explanation necessary for that one. He is the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, man. And I'm the Giants because I have talent, but I suck.
And that are Corman teams and the NFL teams that they resemble. You're starting to slur your speech a little bit, say.
I've noticed.
Okay, not a lot of real juicy matchups next week, but remember that every single week counts in the Corman. We do have some very intriguing matchups, though. For starters, high on AJ's Green versus Adrian Peterson. Two teams near the tops of their division, trying to battle it out to stay there.
Yeah, this is second and third in the Heroes division. So high on AJ Greens needs the win to get up to number 1 if Kickers Lives Matter loses.
Also, Knuckles, me, takes on hashtag Kickers Lives Matter. All I'm going to say is this. All right, I am all in on being all out on my team. And what I mean is that I'm going into every week expecting that I'm going to lose. Look, Bobby, you lost last week, so obviously you're not going to lose 2 weeks in a row. Okay, you obviously have a better team than I have from top to bottom. You're 4-1. I'm 1-4. I'm going to get my dick kicked in again this week. I'm aware of that. So, Bobby, nice win. Up next, I Suck versus Bombo Berry.
I got nothing to say.
Me neither. Old Dirty BJ versus Teabaggers. Talk about that matchup, CJ.
I do have something to say about that one. I really need a win right now. This is the division game, and I'm fighting, and I think I'm going to win. I'm feeling good about this one, Cap.
All right, Dolomite Pimp Squad versus Beers. Dolomite Pimp Squad still, even though he lost last week, still the number 1 team in the Corman as of right now. He looks to keep that position alive with a nice strong showing against Beers.
536 points. He's got the most points scored in the league.
Absolutely,
he's on
easily.
a roll right now.
B for Boomer takes on Dak Attack. Boomer, I need you to avenge me for last week since Dak Attack beat my balls in.
Yep.
And last but not least, Saved by Lev Bell versus Mohawk Maniacs. Hey, Joe, nice win.
Joe's got the most points scored against him, so he's I think 2-3. Yeah, he's 3-2 and fighting for getting a lead in that division.
Well, that's ironic. Joe has the most points scored against him, and Mohawk Maniacs has the least points scored. So something's got to give. Anyway, that's all we have for today, folks. Once again, from Sweaty Garage Studios here in beautiful Hamilton, New Jersey, Ave Atque Vale.
Veni Vidi Vici.
say welcome back. That's not good because we didn't really go anywhere. Okay. Ready? Week 2 results. I don't know why I did that. I'll be honest with you. I don't know.
Week 2 results.
I don't know where I was going with that.
Week 2 results.
Like that was like its own thing that you were gonna insert. I don't know. Okay.
And you said week 2.
Yeah. Well, I just realized now it's at week 2. Oh wow. Hold on.
Oh, man.
Maybe I will have a beer. I don't know. All right. So let's go.